Hey, what is up everyone, and welcome back to another video. Today we're taking a look at Polkadot, which is currently seeing a slight reversal. We've crashed down all the way back from Friday, January 17th, all the way to really yesterday, and we went from $7.70 all the way down to $5.90. Now, that crash was mostly caused by the DeepSeek AI, which came out in China. The US got really shocked that it was practically on the same par as ChatGPT and OpenAI, but they made it for a fraction of the cost. That then caused a lot of panic in US investors, why they're investing so much money into US stocks, essentially just causing a massive sell-off. Now, we are going to recover, and we have already started doing so. So yeah, it's starting to look quite good. Now, also in the Discord yesterday, we had quite a few good wins. I'll pop them up on the screen right now. And yeah, I mean, if you want to get them and you want to join in on our trades, then check out the Discord down below. It's like $60 a month. So yeah, don't miss out. We're crushing it in there every single day. Like yesterday, we had over 200% wins. So yeah, really good stuff in there. Now, back to Polkadot. So if you remember in the past few Polkadot videos, we've been expecting a sort of reversal from this level. We haven't entered into any longs yet. We were looking to do so. However, nothing really came up. We found some other coins, like I showed before from the Discord, that we entered. So we didn't enter yet on Polkadot, although the opportunity did arise. We weren't fully paying attention to Polkadot exactly, but we did get, for example, a fair value gap here, which was a perfect entry. Would have gone into slight drawdown, but overall looks quite good. Like if you entered on a full fair value gap fill, targeted much higher, stop loss previous low, something like that, like our strategy still would have worked. However, obviously we didn't enter. We found a slightly better trade. For example, here we would have got 4% unleveraged profit with 20x. That's like 80%, but yesterday we got a 20x trade with 200% profit. So it's all about finding the right trades. You don't need to enter every trade, you just need to enter the right trades. Overall though, Polkadot does look quite good, and I definitely think we can see it at least head back up to its resistance right here at $6.75 for around 22% profit. But yeah, again, if it does come back down, then we will try and find an entry, something like this, similar to like a double bottom or whatever. That's what we're going to try and look for. Obviously on a lower time frame, it will be like a fair value gap or order block entry. Like on the 1 hour here, this would have been an order block, so you could have even waited for the fill, waited for an order block tap, waited for an entire order block fill, and just essentially rode the trade out like that. There's a lot of different ways you can actually play this. It's not one size fits all. So it's all about just finding the narrative on the higher time frame. For example, the narrative here is that we hit a previous support, so we should see some sort of bounce from this huge crash. Then we go into a lower time frame, we find reasons for a bounce, avoiding the daily support. The reasons here would be, okay, we have an order block, we have a fair value gap, both bullish. We obviously saw the rally from the order block, from the fair value gap. We come back down, we fill the fair value gap. That could have been entry number 1. Then we continue the rally, then we come back down, we fill the order fair value gap again. We then come into the order block, tap like 50% of it, see a slight bounce, come back down, fill the entirety of the order block, and now have continued back up. So if you're scalping or trying to go for short-term profits, it's very easy to do so, especially after such volatile moments where we see huge crashes. These reversals are quite easy to come by, so it's very important to be observing the charts. But yeah, overall we're gonna wait to see if there is a slight comeback down to like $5.68, $5.57. I don't think that's even that much of a crash, to be honest. It would be like a 2 to 5% dip, so very doable. Other coins have already seen a massive rally, like Sui, for example, that's up 10%, performing really well. Again, found some accumulations here. XRP just consolidating right now. It didn't really dump. HBAR also just consolidating. So some coins are starting to pump up quite a lot, other coins are still just consolidating, and that's because Bitcoin yesterday saw a bit of a rally and not much, went from like 101 to 105, and whilst that was doing that, Bitcoin dominance was actually spiking up quite a bit. It has now started to come back down slightly, down 1%, which is why some alts are up a tiny bit, but this needs to be down like 5% a day in order for alts to really feel it, because when Bitcoin dominance falls, that's when we see altcoins rise. So yeah, that's why it's important. But overall, eyes on Polkadot. I thought because of the crash, we might come back down to the $5.36 Fibonacci level right here at 0.786. We didn't. That would have been a very nice entry. We are still in the golden zone though here on the fib. The golden zone is usually the best place to accumulate, so yeah, that's what we'd be looking to do. Now, apart from that, I mean, we're going to be targeting obviously the previous resistance, the next resistance, the next resistance, and so on and so on. I think we'll easily come back to $12 this run. You know, that's really sort of the least of our targets. We're really going to be targeting sort of price discovery post 2022, when, you know, sort of avoiding all of this that happened in 2021, and instead we're just going to be going off of the Fibonacci levels. So like, for example, you know, $16 here, then $23, then $30, and these sorts of targets. It's still very, very doable. We did it in 2021. Obviously Polkadot is slightly inflationary, so they do make a few more coins than burn, but overall the project is good, and I know they're working on the supply and the tokenomics. So yeah, you know, we hit $55, nearly $60 in 2021. Now that we have a pro-crypto president, now that we have potential Federal Reserve coming for crypto, we have new SEC laws and regulations coming into place for crypto that will make it a better place to invest. There's so much stuff has come out that, you know, it's a completely different time, and I think it's a much better time. So yeah, that's why I think it will be soaring a lot more. We obviously have to take a look at Bitcoin and the S&P and dominance quickly. So as we sort of did before, you know, Bitcoin has to carry on rallying. It's just dropped slightly below 105. It has to break above 114. This is sort of the main target we have next. If we're able to close obviously above here, then we're targeting 114, and if we break above, then we're still bullish. You know, overall we're still bullish. It's like a 10% move up. So for the next 10% to the upside, we're bullish. Till then, we'll have to see if we break above or not, you know, to see if we remain bullish to like 140. Then the S&P lightly saw a sell-off yesterday, but not by much, like 0.5%. We still have a fair value gap here, so or an, you know, open close gap, whatever you want to call it. So we're going to come back up to fill it eventually. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but that's soon going to happen. And then obviously Bitcoin dominance is what we have to take a look at. So yeah, this has to carry on dumping. Hopefully it does so. You know, we're not controlling it, so, or we are controlling it. People need to invest more into altcoins for this to come back down. So if you're an investor, start investing more into altcoins. They'll start pumping up. Bitcoin dominance will start dropping. We'll get an alt season sooner. That's the easiest way to do it. But no, yeah, we have to just wait and see. It has to reverse. It has to break this for alt season to actually happen. Now, a lot of people in the previous Polkadot videos were quite angry at Polkadot, you know, because it's been sort of downtrending since December, and a lot of people are down. But what you have to remember is, if you're down, then, you know, your buying strategy was completely wrong. If you're down, it means you bought when somebody sold it to you, and it means you got sort of played. So what I'd advise is trying to find better buying spots. For example, in the Discord, we were accumulating all in this green zone right here. This is the exact place that we were buying really since like 2023 to 2024, and we rode the wave from, you know, up to $11, down from $11 to $4, $3.70. We rode that wave. So during this entire move up, we are up. During this entire move down, we were still up. The only time we were down is when we actually came back to our entry, which was right around here. And what did we do then? We just dollar cost average in more. And you can go back to an older Polkadot video. You'll see I was buying at every single level. I was telling everyone to buy, and we even bought at this very, very low at $3.70. And yeah, now we're still up. Obviously not as much as we were when it was $12, but it's like I think at least 60% move up, so 60% up. So that's why we're not really stressing. And even if we were down, we wouldn't be stressing, because we can just accumulate more, like I've been doing so on Sui. My first Sui entry was somewhere around here, and you know, I was down 20% on Sui. What did I do? I dollar cost averaged in more here. Now my average entry is somewhere around here at like $3.75. I'm slightly up. I'm not going to sell. If it does come back down more, I will just dollar cost average in more. That's the beauty of dollar cost averaging in. You're able to get a much better price, and if it does come down, you're not as stressed, or you are still going to be stressed, but at least you have the capital to invest more. Bring your average entry down. When you see a smaller move up, you'll be in profits. That's the best way to do it. Now, if you did enjoy the video, please make sure to like and subscribe, as it helps out a ton. If you need a place to buy, sell, or trade cryptocurrency for the lowest fees with the best sign-up rewards, then check out the exchanges we're working with down below. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you all tomorrow. Goodbye, guys.